Welcome to my recap of Free Guy, a sci-fi comedy where an NPC played by Ryan Reynolds learns that he lives inside a video game. Enjoy. In the video game world of Free City, Guy is a non-player character. Like the rest of the NPCs, he lives by a preset routine. He greets his goldfish every morning, always orders the same coffee, and repeats the same catchphrase.
Don't have a good day, have a great day!
Meanwhile, sunglasses people wreak havoc, stealing cars, hitting pedestrians, and robbing the bank where Guy works. Unbeknownst to Guy, these sunglasses people are avatars controlled by players in the real world. During one of the daily robberies, Guy tells his best friend Buddy, the security guard, something he's told him 1,000 times before, how he pines for love. And one day, he finds it, as he passes a particular sunglasses person. He's so enthralled at the sight of her, he breaks his routine.
Don't have a good day, have a great day.
Love that song.
That's a new one.
In the real world, she is controlled by Millie Rusk, who is playing the game to find evidence she needs in a lawsuit against the publisher. During the next robbery, Guy spots Millie outside and decides he's going to talk to her. But Buddy reminds him she has sunglasses, and people like them do not talk to sunglasses people. So, Guy decides it's time to get a pair for himself. He takes a vicious beating, but kills the player robbing the bank. Then, he leaves with the player's sunglasses. Outside, he puts them on and for the first time, sees the game's interface, including various stats, a map of missions, and items like a health pack. Touching it immediately heals his wounds. In the real world, Keys and Mouser, employees of Tsunami, the company that runs Free City, watch Guy's strange behavior. Seeing his deviations from the NPC programming, they assume he's a player hacking the system. Unable to trace him, they enter the game themselves. They demand Guy tell them how he hacked the system to look like an NPC, but Guy is just confused.
I got like 5% of that.
They chase Guy into a building, where he tries to escape by leaping to a wrecking ball.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
But misses it. As he careens toward the ground, he quickly selects the bubble suit from his menu to ensure a safe and bouncy landing. At home, Keys finds Millie waiting for him and they argue. Keys previously worked with Millie to develop artificial intelligence for an indie game they called Life Itself, something which was meant to be more of an artistic experience than a game. But she claims Antoine stole the code for use in his stupid, mainstream game, Free City, and Keys now works for the man. She asks for Keys' help getting into an in-game stash house containing Clip 56, footage which she believes shows evidence of their stolen code, but he refuses, afraid to violate his NDA. In-game, she heads to the location and tries to get in alone, but finds it too well defended. She also finds that Guy has followed her. Inside her item room, they talk. Seeing his sunglasses, she assumes he's another player and is surprised by how little he knows of the game. So, she explains the basics. To level up, you need to rob banks, carjack people, or punch pedestrians. But Guy points out he would never hurt an innocent person, and she finds that refreshing.
Sometimes forget not everyone you meet on here is a sociopathic man-child.
Then, Guy decides to level up. But rather than hurt people, he's going to be a good guy. His first attempts lead to a quick death, followed by his respawning in bed. But he eventually succeeds in recovering stolen money and disarming robbers, quickly earning a reputation.
I have 3 words for you. Blue Shirt Guy. BSG is leveling up and at a record pace by playing the hero.
This is bullshit. Who is this guy?
Yeah, he's good. He looks like an NPC, but he's running around leveling up crazy fast by being the freaking good guy.
Soon, Guy goes from level 1 to level 102. He decides to help his friend and steals Buddy a pair of sunglasses. But Buddy is too scared.
I can't, okay? I'm sorry. You're my best friend, buddy. You don't have to be scared. Change your mind. Be around.
In the real world, Keys finally agrees to help Millie get into the stash house. He unlocks the door for her, and in the game, she gets in. She grabs Clip 56, but drops it when she's attacked by guards. Then, Blue Shirt Guy comes to the rescue. They fight their way out together.
We're doing great.
And as they fly out of the stash house, Guy stares into her eyes. In the real world, Antoine arrives at the office talking about Free City 2. Keys suggests they make an original game instead, but Antoine makes a great point.
Make it original? Why would I do that when I can make a sequel? IPs and sequels. That is the thing that people want.
In-game, Millie follows Guy back to his leveled-up house, where she's impressed by the many vehicles and weapons he's earned. Then he invites her to get some ice cream. There, he warns that she'll think he's crazy, but insists that she has to try his favorite flavor, bubblegum. And she responds,
Guy? Get out of my brain hole! I love bubblegum ice cream.
They bond over their shared love of the unusual flavor, and they continue to talk, realizing they have a lot else in common too. Then she opens up to him, talking about her rough childhood. After talking, walking, and swinging through the night, he asks to kiss her. And in the real world, Millie awkwardly watches her avatar kiss the NPC on her screen. Then she suggests they meet up sometime soon, in the real world. He has no idea what she means by real world, but agrees anyway.
Yeah.
In the real world, Keys shows up at Millie's place and tells her that she was right. Their code is in Free City and it works. He's been investigating the NPCs and found that, as intended, their artificial intelligence grows, changes, and feels real. In fact, Blue Shirt Guy is the first real artificial intelligence ever. Millie is shocked to learn the guy she kissed and is possibly falling for is an AI. Keys pokes fun, but points out that overall this is great news. They could win a Nobel Prize for it, but he realizes something. Antoine is going live with Free City 2 in less than 2 days. It will replace and delete Free City 1, meaning they'll lose their code, along with Guy and all the other artificial life in Free City. To stop Antoine, they have to find their hidden code inside the game to prove it was stolen. Both agree their best bet is to enlist Blue Shirt Guy's help. In the game, Millie tells him the truth, how he's an NPC, a background character, in a virtual world that will be turned off in less than 2 days. He is heartbroken.
You're real. And I'm what? I'm what?
You're not. You're not.
And he spreads the word.
Don't you get it? Don't any of you get it? None of this matters. None of it. It's fake. We don't matter.
Then he's hit by a couple of cars. He visits Buddy and asks his friend what he would do if he found out he wasn't real. His answer is, so what? This moment is real. He's here trying to help his friend who is clearly going through something. And what's more real than a person trying to help someone they love? Then Guy enlists Buddy's help to retrieve Millie's video clip. Since Buddy is friends with the other security guards, they easily make it into the stash house. Then the player who owns it recognizes Blue Shirt Guy and is excited to meet the celebrity. So he hands him the clip, containing footage of a glitch he observed. And Guy brings it to Millie. In the real world, Guy's good guy antics are an influence. Gamers around the world reconsider their daily slaughtering of NPCs and wonder if they too should try to play as heroes, rather than villains. As a result, less people are interested in Free City 2, and Antoine decides they have to get rid of Blue Shirt Guy. He demands they reboot the server so Guy will revert to his old NPC routine. Millie and Guy head to the multiplayer lounge and watch the footage. In it, they see the original build from Millie's game appear for a moment, and she's surprised when Guy says he's seen that place before. Then Mouser hits reboot. Suddenly, Millie and the other avatars freeze. Outside, Guy and his world disappear. The world reboots, and Guy's back to his old self.
Good morning, Goldie.
Millie finds him and tries to make him remember, but he can't. In the real world, Keys has an epiphany. For their original game, he designed a lovelorn character meant to pine after a dream girl, a girl Keys based on Millie. That character's code became Guy in Free City, and when Guy actually met the girl of his dreams, it broke his routine and allowed his AI to flourish. Keys tells Millie that she brought Guy to life once before, and she can do it again, and if she does that, they'll get their code back, despite the server reboot. So, Millie enters the game and kisses Guy again. His code flourishes and his memories return. Then, he shows her where he saw the original build from her game. in the reflection on his blinds. Antoine hid their original build outside the gaming area so it'd be invisible, but he forgot to scrub the reflections. They need to get there to find proof of the stolen code, and to do that, they'll need Key's help to get past the barrier around the gaming area. But Keyes warns that Antoine will send the police and military after Millie and Guy to stop them in the game. Then Guy has an idea. He calls the rest of the NPCs to a meeting and tells them they don't need to live by their pre-scripted routines. They don't need to be shot at every day. They listen and stop their routines. Around the world, gamers find the NPCs missing, and a rumor spreads that Guy is not a player at all, but an advanced AI. When Antoine tries sending the in-game defenses after Millie, Mouser tells him the NPCs seem to be on strike. They have no one to send after her. So, Mouser starts destroying the world around them himself. But with Key's help, they escape the destruction, and he builds them a bridge leading to the invisible code. In the real world, Antoine fires Keyes for his betrayal and orders Mouser to boot every player from the game. As Millie disappears, Guy asks if he'll ever see her again. She tells him that if he can make it across the bridge and show the world her build, they will see each other again. He promises he'll make it, which requires him to get past Dude, a character designed by Antoine himself. The world watches from their screens as Guy defends himself with a special item in his inventory, Captain America's shield.
What the shit?
Then, he punches Dude with Hulk's arm and unleashes the plethora of other items he's obtained: a lightsaber, gravity gun, and portal gun. With Buddy's help, they finally defeat Dude by putting sunglasses on him. The villain is distracted by the user interface and runs off, chasing the many items and shiny objects now visible to him. As Buddy and Guy prepare to cross the bridge, Antoine becomes desperate. He starts to destroy the servers, collapsing the reality inside the game. The bridge breaks down and Buddy gets stuck behind Guy. Buddy tells his friend to keep going without him, and as he disappears, he tells Guy that he's not scared anymore. Today was the best day of his life.
You get to that field! Show we matter!
Guy runs across the bridge while his reality is destroyed behind him, and the real world watches as Guy reaches the build. Guy looks back from the small paradise to find a crowd of cheering citizens in Free City. In the server room, Millie tells Antoine to stop. There's no point in destroying the servers. The world has seen the build, and she will win the lawsuit. It's over. He threatens to destroy the last remaining server, which would kill Guy and what little remains of his world. But they make a deal. She'll drop the lawsuit and let him keep all the Free City profits. All she wants in return is the world that she built and the people in it. In the months that follow, Free City 2 fails without Millie's code, while she teams up with Keyes and Mouser to create the game they always wanted to, Free Life, an observational fishbowl game where you watch characters instead of shooting at them. In the paradise world of Free Life, Millie pays Guy a visit. She can't find the words to say what needs to be said, so Guy does it for her, saying how much she likes him, but he puts the words in her mouth. I can't keep spending all my time with you.
I created this world, but I can't live my life in it.
Guy tells Millie that he loves her and points out that someone programmed him to feel that way. Someone in the real world wrote Guy as a love letter to her. She realizes that Keyes is the author and runs to him. In Free Life, Guy hangs out with his new friend Dude, but misses Buddy. Just then, he finds his old friend across the street, apparently resurrected in the new world. They embrace and head off to their new lives, unrestrained by pre-programmed routines. I hope you enjoyed this recap, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next recap.